Hey there! Today I'm going to be showing Kushala in the Eternity of Pain because I think she's going to be a fairly viable option for the Dimensional Beings Carina challenge. She does have a little bit of overlap with CGR in regards to which fights that she's able to reliably take down, but she's able to take this Crossbones and the Icarus later a lot easier than CGR is able to, so I do want to highlight that. I think overall, the best team for this Carina challenge now that Kushala's in the game, you might call me biased, but I think the best team is Gallon, CGR, and Kushala. Some people opt to bring Void or America Chavez, but I feel like these three, they just cover all of the problems in the quest. I also think Kushala can take out Bishop, but it doesn't sound like a fun time, and I'd rather not try it. And I feel like if you have CGR on your team, you're gonna use him against Bishop most likely, so I don't really see a point. CGR could take this Crossbones, but I mean, like, I have soloed this fight with CGR, but it's not a good time, so I don't know. But also, just a disclaimer, I'm not the best Kushala player in the world. So yeah, just consider that this is not peak Kushala gameplay, and that I'm still learning how to play this champion, so just take my bad gameplay with a grain of salt. Alright, just consider that I'm probably going to get a lot better playing her as time goes on. She's not a huge skill-based champion, but if you want to get the most out of her, you do want to learn how to parry some special attacks and like heavy counter them as well, and I'm just not as prone to do that. But this champion, she's going to, like, teach me how to do those things better, and I'm very excited about that. But you don't, by any means, have to do those things, they just help you maintain your blessings. So yeah, this video isn't really going to be a guide on how to, play her, but I will make one eventually once I feel like I'm more comfortable with that. I don't want to make a guide too early, and then maybe learn something later on, and then have to amend it or something. That's kind of how CGR, that's kind of how he went for me. Basically, all of my first guides I made for CGR became irrelevant over time because we were still learning things about him. So all of my like first guides on that champion, they aren't even up anymore. I've privated all of them because they were irrelevant, and then I like remade them and all that stuff. So you're not going to find my guides from 3 or so years ago. I don't know, I'm really excited to kind of see if there's anything really crazy in her kit that I just haven't found yet. The coolest thing here, I'm not really using it, but with that blue blessing, it allows her to block unblockable attacks, so I actually could block Craven here, which is really insane, and there's no cooldown on it or anything like that. As long as you have one of those blessings, you can just block unblockable attacks, and I kinda wish I showcased it in this fight more. You're gonna see it in tomorrow's video in the Grandmaster's Gauntlet, which is pretty cool. You know, just a little bit of a spoiler there. She gets a lot of solos. But yeah, she doesn't do a bad job in Eternity of Pain at all. She seems like a very good option, and I'm pretty excited about that. Now look at this special 2 dex. I want you to press like, okay, if you haven't already pressed like, I want you to press it, because that had me sweating a little bit. I was a little bit afraid after that. Yeah, she cleans up this Craven pretty well. I mean, CGR can handle it. I wouldn't mention or compare her to CGR if this wasn't a Dimensional Beings challenge. But yeah, CGR, if he's awakened, he can handle that fight arguably better. But this fight, this Icarus, CGR isn't a great option for this fight. And by the way, I am using a 6-star rank 5 Ascended Kushala, but that's the Kushala I'm gonna have after I sell my soul to get her in Arena, and I still have my Primordial Dust as well, so I do plan on ascending her, and I have rank up gems from 1 to 2 all the way to 4 to 5, so as soon as I get her, she's going to rank 5 and she's getting ascended. I'm not too sure what my Sig Stone situation will be at that point, but I also tend on throwing her all of my Sig Stones as well, so yeah, this is basically reflective of the Kushala that I'm going to have in my live account. So I'd love to just see no comments that say like, oh, this is unrealistic, like super nuked up gameplay. Listen, this is the exact Kushala that I'm going to have whenever her arena drops, because I will sell my soul to get her in arena. So yeah, she just absolutely cooked that Icarus. That was really cool. And this is a nice little Thanos boss solo as well. I might upload this separately just because I'm kind of proud of this fight. I think I did very, very well against him. I'm not even sure if I'd solo this guy with CGR, which is kind of sad. I think I need to go back in here soon. I don't remember. My memory is trash. But yeah, she's very good in this fight, I will say that. She's very good for a lot of fights. If you want to know what I think about her, I think she has some fights that she's very, very good against, and I think she has some fights that she's very bad against, right? She seems very balanced in that way. Like, you really don't want to bring her against Evade or Auto Block or Unstoppable or any kind of like debuff immunity or Shrug or anything like that. There's my low battery notice, which is great. I'm still able to get the heavy counter right there. Yeah, there's a few things that are disruptive to her flow, but she also has a lot of tools in her kit that make it easier for her flow to work, such as the kind of built-in Infuriate, which is really nice. And she has a few other things as well. She has like, what's it called, ability power rate reduction, and she has the heal on her block as well, and she can block unblockable attacks. Like, so unblockable, as long as you parry one attack, you can block all unblockable attacks, okay? And as long as you keep parrying unblockable attacks and doing all that stuff, you can just continue blocking unblockable. It's insane. There's a few fights that I've done where I do really want to showcase that. So yeah, her special 3 is just, her animations as a whole are insane, but I am especially in love with her special 3. So yeah, this clown is almost dead. So yeah, I think she does a pretty fine job, and it's already a pain. I'm only going to do the right side of the map, just because I feel like that's the side that everyone is more likely going to take with dimensional beings, just because there's a blade on the left side. So yeah, let me know what you think about this champion. I have a few more videos already that I'm making right now, as, you know, you're watching this. So yeah, expect to see more stuff from me on this champion. I'm going to be covering her relentlessly for the next several years, so be ready for that. She's by no means going to replace CGR, but I think she's going to firmly stand right next to him, and I'm very excited about that. Does she compare to CGR? Not in many ways at all, but I love that. I love that I don't have to really, that they don't compare. I love that they aren't similar, you know? I love that she can do completely different things than he can do. And it won't be a case where I feel like I have to make myself use her. Like, I think I will have to use her, and I think that's awesome. So yeah, I'll talk more about that in other videos, but I really hope you like this one. Let me know what you think. Blah blah blah, press like, and yeah, thank you for watching. Take care, and farewell.